What's up, everybody? We do not have Andrew here, but guess what? We have a special guest for this office hours, Ryan Selvey. What's going on? There
Hey, look at me! It's I am Andrew today.
Yes.
Not as talented, but I'll try to be as quirky. We'll see.
Man behind the scenes, running everything. What's going on, dude?
Oh, it's going great. I'm like kind of starstruck to be on Office Hours. It's running for so long, and like I don't know, you guys have such a thing going. It's high stakes, but I'm very excited. I'm very flattered that you are cool with having me on here. So
Yeah,
thank you so
dude.
much. How you doing?
No, I figured it worked out great. Yeah, doing good, man. It's been a good 2 weeks since school has ended, so like I'm like getting back into normal times. You know how that feels? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it kind of is like, I think everyone's in a certain zone like that during summertime, right? It kind of just
Yeah.
seems to happen.
Different like
Kind of
group
interesting.
mentality, which is like in the same way that
Yeah.
like I don't know, I feel better taking off or doing something different in summer or around Christmas as opposed to just
Yeah.
like random time, because I'm like, at least everyone is in agreement here, right?
Not everyone else is like, geez, Ryan, like you're taking another week off.
Another week off. I'm like, just 2 months, you know. Sean says, Andrew, you changed, man. Yeah, no, thank you.
New
Got a
chair, new
haircut.
look,
Thank you.
new haircut. Yeah, right.
Got a little bit shorter, got a little bit more
Totally
pale, you
different.
know.
I love it. You were just
but-
mentioning you're headed to 99U, right?
Yeah, so 99U is happening on Thursday here in Manhattan, which I'm very excited about. It's taking place in the marble building that's right next to One World Trade, and it's this really cool building that I've wanted to see for a while because it's got 3 stages and 2 of them are on wheels, and they can like turn into one gigantic stage. So
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to be the one gigantic stage or if they're going to keep it as the 3, because I know we're having breakout sessions at one point. But it's creativity conference with some creative leaders all getting together and talking about the changing industry. And I'm just really excited to go. I'm going to be there on Thursday. And
man.
look, I am in the chat. I'm saying, hey, y'all, I got some work done. Ha, ha, ha. Having an amazing show, y'all. Miss you. That's me, Andrew. But
How
yeah,
did
no,
you
I'm really
do
looking
that
forward
all
to it.
together at the same time and production, right?
Yep, it's juggling lots.
Cool, man.
But-
We'll report back on that for sure, because I want to hear
1000%.
everything about what happens there, particularly that building. But today we're doing something really, really cool. We are looking at all the new stuff in Adobe Express, right? I'm assuming you're a big user too, right? Do you
Yes.
dabble in the Express?
Yep, I've caught the Express bug. I use it a lot for my socials. If I
Yeah.
need to like mock something up or get something that's going to be very Instagram forward, that's normally where I find myself in Express. But also a lot for client work lately too, where I just need to like whip something
Right.
out really quickly. I'm like, maybe we'll hop into another program later, but especially initial meetings, I'm always just hopping into Express.
Yeah, did you ever think that would be the case? Like a lot of times to me,
Never.
I'm almost so surprised at my usage to it now because it is so connected, obviously with brands and libraries, but you have so many, every week it seems like there's something new that I'm going, whoa, I could do it now in Express and
Yes.
not have to dabble in 4 different apps right now. I'm in.
But to be fair, like
Right.
if you would have asked me 20 years ago if I would have done a lot of stuff in browser that I now like just
Oh,
do in
good
browser
point.
all the time, it's a completely different thing, right? Like more and more the computers are relying on the cloud or the internet, and we just have such reliable internet now that it's like I do a lot on browser stuff that I thought like you could never put this in a browser.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. Like, especially with when you think of the powerhouse apps that you use, you're like, no. There's a big difference here. That's an app as opposed to a web-based thing that I'm using through the thing I always use for just browsing. Didn't make
Right.
sense. Yeah, you're
And
right.
So it's a
man.
nice
And
change. It's
this is
welcome.
great.
Indeed. I like to have both. You know, I am a man of habits, so there was a learning curve definitely at first with Express. Not that Express is hard to
Yeah.
learn, but just forcing myself to learn new things. But
Yeah,
now, yeah, they seem to just be adding something new every week. And
Yeah.
I know we're talking about some new stuff even today about stuff that they recently added.
Isn't that crazy?
which
I know. There's
I'm
a
excited
ton
to
of new
learn more.
stuff. Here's a bunch. If you go on to the helpxadobe.com site like we have here, this is a great thing to look at too. You can even just search for this anytime you're thinking, what's new? What do I need to get caught up on any apps? This is my first kind of go-to spot. I love seeing what's here. We've got different things like page actions, page operations. The AI assistant thing is becoming quite a fun little tool to use in Express as well. Kind of took it to this like it's always had the Firefly capability, but it's kind of neat to see that it's like, oh, there's more here we could do with this little assistant. It's kind of fun. And there's a ton here we're going to get into. And the first one we're going to do is this one, which is all about page management. You mentioned you use it for socials. That's 100%. This is my entire
Carousels.
Socials. Yes, here's the best part. This is all for my podcast. And what I love about this is I have everything in one file, right? And this is everything from YouTube thumbnails to the YouTube header to social posts. And then if I need to change it for a LinkedIn or whatever, it's great, right? So
Now,
you've
can I
got
ask you-
all these things. Yeah.
Can I ask you a podcast question? Because I'm starting to learn about the back end of podcast stuff. When
Yes.
you are creating a new episode for your podcast that you're uploading, I know you can upload thumbnails and what have you. Are you using the same thumbnails that you're using on other places as you are maybe in the back end of your podcast? Or are you creating those in Express as well as their own entity?
100%. Yeah, so usually it's now, because it's all video, we're doing this. So 16:9 as the episode. But then Spotify, I believe, and Apple and all the other ones still want a square one as well. So I guess if you're non-video, it defaults to that. Did that answer your question?
That's exactly what I was looking for, because that's what I'm doing. I'm
Yeah.
starting to upload video to Spotify because obviously now video podcasts are way more of a thing than they used to be. But I'm like,
Exactly.
oh, they're looking for album artwork sort of stuff. I'm not sure. I'm also even seeing Dino saying that they enjoy the resize feature on Express, which, I mean, I guess that could even work between this conversation in itself, right? Like between square and horizontal. But then also for anyone who's joining and they maybe have not heard your podcast before, what's your podcast about?
Podcast is called Deeply Graphic Design Cast. It's been around for over 12 years. I joined it right around maybe 10 to 11 years ago. I was a listener. And became a co-host, and now I run it and host it with a variety of different guests that come in. And it's all about it's really about the business and design side of it in a lot of ways. I love to answer questions for folks that are starting out freelance, starting out business, all those things about invoicing or pitching or onboarding, all that fun stuff that I think a lot of times is the forgotten stuff, but boy, the minute you start your own business, that's kind of like number one thing you need to know.
Yeah, no, very resourceful. I'm putting a poll up in the chat with have you subscribed to Deeply Graphic yet? And
thank you so much.
Yes and no's. And if I see any,
let's get us into that. Let's get us into that the advertising zone of YouTube. I'm this close. About. It takes a long time, man. But again, you can do both, and this what Express helps me do is because you have to be everywhere with this and you want continuity. In most cases, I've created a brand and a library here, but to me, what I have here is this is great. Now, this is basically what is new. You head over here and you can view all your pages. So again, this is one file that just has multiple pages. And the minute you can see here, you got everything from your 16:9. Then I have to create a 4x4, right? Then I need certain things that are just special, like, oh, how about a coming soon, right? And does that work in LinkedIn? Does that work in Facebook, wherever you're doing it? And the cool thing is it even controls movies as well. So you have movie control where this is dropped right in. And again, it's one app, web-based. I have PNGs, I have JPEGs, I have PDFs, and I have MP4s all in this one. And I just love this idea of being able to see everything here. And don't forget, when you're here, now this new idea here is I can look at everything as a complete project. And I have all this kind of new control here. I can reorder, I can delete, I can quickly duplicate. So if this is one I need to duplicate for a new episode, I click duplicate and I get one automatically, and that one is ready to go. I can even add a new page, but once you have this clicked, you have all this new control here to kind of just prioritize, put things in order. Right now I look at it and I'm freaking out because I know it's not in a good sense. It's I can tell it's on the fly. Sometimes I've even fired up my iPhone and did it on the Express app and made a whole new one because it was just a duplicate, right? So to me, this is the best thing. And what I love about this is even if you have something as simple as this and you want to, you can actually go here and edit it, or I can just do that quick resize. And if this was, let's say, something for YouTube and I need to change it to something a little bit different, you literally can click on here and go to the most popular that show up here, or you can go through all of these different ones: YouTube, LinkedIn, Amazon ads. We can
Amazon
advertise.
ads. The
Bro,
amount that I'm making
is
Amazon ads.
is that what we're missing? I haven't put the podcast on Amazon ads yet. I think that's the missing thing there. We got WhatsApp, Pinterest, Line. What's Line? Do you even know?
Oh, Line, like the messaging app, like for
there you go.
It's popular over in Asia.
Well, look at that. They've covered you on just about everything, or custom, whatever you need to, or turning it into a quick video, a document. And we'll even show this in a little bit too, but this idea of making a web page in Express, a lot of times that's this like forgotten thing that nobody remembers that's there, and they've just added some new stuff to how you can lay out a website, which is great. So I just wanted to show this. You have all these different things that when you are resizing here and you go to resize, one of the best things to look at here, let's see, where is it? We'll go right here.
Well, actually, I feel bad because I keep getting in the way of you clicking that. Can you just real quick show? I'm gonna blow it up. I'm zooming in here.
No worries.
But can you just show that it's down there? Yeah. So this is the button that's getting him there.
There you go. View all pages. Remember, hover over anything, and you're going to get that kind of like preview of what it is. And that just brings you to this beautiful page of everything else that you have there as well. And once you're here and you resize, you could do it in multiple things. I can click on all of these different things, right? This is the best part. I can even go backwards. I can go to Facebook. What it will do is it will add these pages by duplicating and resizing it here, which is great. So once you do that, it's going to resize those. Look, it did it in half a second, and it put them.
It's in the cloud. It's not on your computer, right? So that means that you don't have to worry about it taking up all the space, right?
That's true. And then not only is it here, but it is the right size, and you can obviously go back in there. It did a pretty good job of look at the the setting. It kept everything flush left. It kind of knows your vibe, and it even if you have unique things in there, like let's say you have a photography background based image, it will either ask you, do you want to gen fill it, do you want to keep it as is, and you want to manipulate yourself manually, or do you want it to do it from the AI version? So that to me is a really, really
like it's like checking in with you, just being like, hey, before I move forward with this, how do you want to do this?
Exactly. This is great too. You can obviously do any of these things and make it as a template. And one of the things I've been starting to do now is make these templates. So this was one that we did. It's probably in here, and that shows you how completely unorganized I am. But this is actually for my class. And this is kind of what you could do where you can set up a template or two, and you can give it a link. You can send it to anybody else that maybe you're collaborating with so they can have this immediately. And if you make any changes to it, it's obviously going to be in there when the person you're collaborating with opens it up 2-3 days later. All those changes will be there because it is like a working live document, which is great. So get into this idea of setting up your pages, building these templates. They're really, really great to do. And as you do, you just add it, and now there it is, and you've got this new template. It's in this file, but you can obviously share it anywhere you want. So.
And I'm loving the brand consistency you have here across all of your assets. I know part of that is in part to being able to do the resize function or being able to like go off of styles or something.
Totally.
What is the typeface that you're using for welcome right here?
This is, let's find out. There we go. And it should be, whoops. Why are we not getting the edit thing? Oh, because I'm in the template. That's why. Hold on. Let's go back to all pages. We'll go back to here. One of these, and let's see, where's our text? There he is. Poppins. There we go.
Little Poppins. And so that's something that is able to be transferable when you're in templates to be able to kind of pass it off to somebody else. They're going to be able to also use the same thing and edit the text, right?
Isn't that great? Yeah. So again, they are, if it's not part of their system already, it will come through with Adobe Fonts. Because again, I love to just pull from there all the time. It makes sure you are consistent. I love these ones too, because to me, you have everything in here. When I click on that and I look, I've got every single version of that in there ready to go. It's not like you have to keep like uploading like you would in certain desktop apps, right? It's kind of nice to have there. So
it's seamless across all of your applications.
Exactly, man. Love that. So that's kind of new. You got this whole new page view here where you click on that, and anytime you click here, you have this new stuff here where you can reorder, you can move things around. I can reorder pages and put it after page 1, before page 1, whatever it is, and it'll swap it that way. Or I think too, you can just move these things around, which is kind of
Oh,
the
beautiful.
manual
See,
way.
that's what that's like InDesign kind of, where you can move things around.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
not
Acrobat.
to bad talk Adobe on Adobe, but I know that when you're in
Uh-oh.
Photoshop or something and you add a lot of artboards, things get real buggy and slow sometimes, depending on your computer, because of your hardware specs. Whereas this,
That's
you're
true.
dragging things around, same sort of thing. It's all browser based, so if you're dragging things around, it's not going to get goofy at all. So like I said,
love
love
that.
Photoshop still, but this is also really nice, especially if you're on the go or you're in a laptop.
Man, I've done this on planes. I've done it on my, like I said, on my iPhone. And to have that flexibility of all your stuff there, and you're not worried about linked this or did the font download or whatever it might be.
Right.
To me, this has really simplified how I think, particularly in that social media stuff. But now, like you said, I'm using it for so many other things that surprise me. That's a perfect segue because I want to get into this second one. But I'm going to show you presentations. Have you used it for presentations at all?
Yes, I've been sent a presentation.
Yeah.
I have not made presentations in quite a long time, to be completely honest. But I've definitely been sent presentations.
How do I get that world?
Yeah, I
Seems
know,
like
right?
all-
I'm not saying I should. I shouldn't be doing it. I feel like maybe there's some instances where I should have, but yeah, no. It's
Yeah.
But also, you're teaching. What are you talking about? Of course.
I know. But I use it for, even if I'm sending an email, sometimes I will fire up Express and just make 3 slides in a pitch deck. Find something. I can either use something from my brand, or the templates that Adobe has are out of this world. This is literally one template. I will show you really quick. I'd love to show you guys how you get there just by kind of starting here, but we'll go to Express. I'll go back to my little template there. But what I love about this is when you scroll down, you instantly have presentations right here. You can go to the plus sign to find anything as well. But when you just click here and you go browse templates, you will see you get everything here to the left. Give me a topic. What's something you might be making a presentation for? You want your podcast pitch deck? Is that a good one?
Podcast pitch deck? We could be
what do you want?
angry and be part of our HOA and tell people to get their lawn in order.
Oh wow! Wait, you just hit, dude. I've been dealing with HOA all morning.
See, there you go. You could be like, these are the rules that we need you to follow.
All right, so let's see if there's anything with HOA. I would love to see.
I don't know if there will be.
Oh, there's probably some house ones here, but like, here you go. So instantly, if how about home gardens? Yeah,
home gardens.
Let's do a home
gardens.
Home garden, right? So here you go. You're going to see all of these great little templates. What I love about this is you got a few things here. When you hover over, it will tell you there's 1 of 3, right? So it means there's 3 slides in that template. Sometimes you'll see this where it has this dynamic thing, and that tells you it has animated ones. So I'm going to click on that. And here's what you've got. If I hit present, there you go. You see it's got some nice little animation already in there. And this is fantastic. You got all this stuff ready to go. And this is just a cover page, which is really cool. Now, I don't know if you've seen this because it's kind of brand new. But when you click here, let's go over to edit. There we go. And we go to animation. Have you seen the new animation style over here on the left? This is totally new.
Here?
Yeah, this is kind of neat. So what they've done is they've put every element that has been applied, any animation, into kind of little tile, right? Which is great. So here, where I have the first name here, I have this and it tells me exactly what it is. It has a fade in, and it tells me here, I've got the stuff here. It's got a duration of a second, and delay start is at 0, right? So I can move this around. I can make this a little bit longer, right? Which is great. Or what I could do as well is I can click on this and move it around, say like, oh, I want it second. I want rise in to be first, right? So what this will do is it will actually kind of play the whole idea. We'll do this present, and you'll see it kind of changed its order right there as well. Nice. So you have so much more control.
Top to bottom, right?
Exactly. Whatever you've done it. So now all these things, let's say the picture, this has fade in right now as well. So if I click here, I can actually say, let's just make it circle, right? Perfect. It's so much more control because everything I want to either change or adjust or even add is right there, right? So let's say we're doing, I'm going to do another thing here. Let's go add like content. We'll bring in one more picture of a office building. I love just this idea of having stock ready to go like this is so great to put into anything. So let's say we're just adding this guy here. Now he doesn't have any animation ready to go. So by here, we click on animation, and now he's a new tile that's basically here, and it's on a play on click. So so
that's separate
basically
from automatically. Okay.
exactly.
All right, now we're
There
on to
you
something.
go. So now I can go back here. I can kind of delay start, do whatever. Here, I can change and make it do something different. I can make it blur in or whatever it is, which is really, really cool. So you have all this control. Now, I think if you bring it over here, it will go back into play automatically. Yep, it did.
Oh, great.
Now, if I take this and bring it here, it's play on click.
Very cool.
Oh, sneaky.
And so then it looks like another thing has popped up now for 2. I have a question. If you were to move spin in, can you add that to the first play on click?
This one here?
Yep. Can you add that to play on click for
let's
number
see.
1? Let's see.
Play on click.
Yeah, you can.
Wait. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Oh,
okay. And
number
so you
2.
can do it. So then you can.
Now we can make it here. There it is.
Oh, look
All
at
right,
that.
cool.
Okay. Very cool. So
preview.
then they can come together, and then you can be like.
But I haven't clicked yet. I haven't clicked yet. So if I click, there's the other stuff.
Nice. Okay,
Amazing
cool.
motion design here, by the way. I'm sure you're appreciating how amazing these.
I'm floored. No, I am very excited about stuff like this, and also the things that you can do honestly in Express. Not even blowing gas here is like things that I would do to pull up After Effects and spend 20 minutes doing really quick. That is another big reason that I use Express a lot. Is I'm like, I just want this to wiggle, or I just want to pop this in, and I just want it to be a social graphic. I don't want to have to load all my assets into After Effects.
Exactly.
Like, we joke,
I love that
but
it gives you
huge selling point.
Yeah. I love that it gives you all of the little, it gives you the icon. Like you can see I am dealing with the icon. It has spin in ready to go, but I can click here and we can see all these different things that we can do here with our different animation. I know when you are just in a regular thing and you've brought an image like this in, I don't think it does it in presentation, but you can do those things like wobble and wind and some of those other ones, and like there's turbulence. So you can go in there and have some fun with some of these little animations. And in a lot of ways, I call it like motion for dummies. It's like, I don't have the time to learn the animating like kind of software, and I just want to do something really simple and clean and get a little bit of motion into something. It's really fun.
Also, no offense to construction, but like the people you're pitching with construction aren't sitting there necessarily being like, those keyframes are they're not what I want them to. Like you can also work within your means of like, if you're doing a construction presentation, like you don't need to make it a Pixar movie. Also, I do have a poll up here that we just switched over to, by the way. We were 50-50 for Deeply Graphic yet, and it was for a handful of people. So we actually had Dino said that they're a new subscriber, and also Hey OK said, is that the person from the Deeply Graphic podcast? So good to have you here. The new poll that we have going now is, when's the last time you presented something? And this can be within Express. This can be also just of your own volition. Last time you got up and talked in front of people. As it stands right now, 60% of people say within the last 6 months, and 40% say over a year ago, with no one presenting anything this month, and nobody saying specifically as long as a year. So,
man, we got to get.
You would be within this month, though, right? Because you just said you finished up school, so I'm sure.
Yeah,
you probably presented
I had
something
that,
very recently.
And then I've got a creative mornings with Adobe coming up in June.
Congrats! That's very cool. Creative mornings is awesome. And so we'll have to. Those aren't streamed anywhere or anything, right? Though, so that's all afterwards.
I believe it is. You see it live, and then I believe if you are registered with Creative Mornings, obviously a great partner with Adobe, I believe it's available for like a month after, and then any downloadable stuff or like assets that the speaker has is available as well, so that gets downloaded when you're on their page.
Well, we'll have to look forward to that. And as you said, great Adobe partner, so we'd love to rep them up.
Always great. So again, here you got all this stuff, which is really, really fun to kind of mess around with. And again, animation, you can see this one here has all the stuff ready to go. So if you're new to this, I like this because it reminds me of like using any app that had animation years ago that kind of like, oh, I get it. Like I need to see it almost, I'm getting a layered view here like I would see in Photoshop. Right. And I love this idea of getting all this control, which is really, really awesome. So good stuff there as well. Let's move into the next one. I thought this one was really, really neat. It's called Styles. Basically, it's like now you can kind of change the different style and apply something unique in a almost randomized, but also customized way. So this was
Okay.
just a very simple little like kind of like social media post that was a template on Express, and it's ready to go. It's got a nice kind of layout, but let's say you're thinking seasonal, or you've got one of those bosses that says, "Hey, can we change this to a little bit more different kind of color palette, maybe fonts?" So now this is just the file open. Over here you have styles, and this is right here in your left thing here. So I'm going to click on that, and what this is going to do is like give you this almost like kind of like overarching control of the entire piece, right? So you've got recommended styles right off the bat, and you can see it's giving you a ton. Then you just have recommended colors. Maybe you just want to swap a color or two and see. Or do you want to just edit the fonts, right? You got individual, but you've also got together all together, which is really cool. So you see
I'm
one
also
here
seeing under
that you kind of
colors,
like.
it is loading your in studio office hours colors too, which is
There
really
you
cool,
go.
straight from your brand, which is nice.
Isn't this not, I love the way it does it. Like I even see that icon first before I read brands, and I know you start to get familiar with the Express kind of iconography in a way.
Right.
So you can see here, I can click on this and can go to one of my brands that's already set that you make in Express, or any of your libraries here that are all there as well. And you can actually see all of them. And you can see Andrew and I have about 1,400 office hours libraries.
No
that we
kidding,
start
right? I mean, but that makes sense,
each and
right?
every
Like,
one,
you guys
right? So here I can go
have had a
there,
theme
and
for-
here's the office hours AM when we were on at 8 a.m. one time. So
Oh, gosh.
here's a
I'm so
quick
sorry.
one here, and I'm assuming if I click it, yep, there you go. So check it
Very
out.
cool.
One click gave me that. Now you still have control, so you can actually go in and say, like, you know what, that green might be a little bit too close to the red, you know, so you can click on that, and maybe let's just change it to a lighter green and see. Like, okay, there you go.
very
So one color control, your whole palette still stays exactly the same, which is fantastic. So
And
let's
it's
go
also not flattened.
backwards.
It's not like
Right?
it's not like you're doing
Yeah.
a change of AI kind of flattening that
That's
is going to
true.
then make it as uneditable text. On the right, you still have all your stars, your circles, your Wednesdays, your 26, your November
Look
2099.
at all the layers in this little guy. Look at all those.
That's great.
Every little element. It's so great. Like, so you have that control. So what I love about this is you've got, that was just showing, I'm glad you showed that off. You got either your brands or your libraries that you can pull from. But what's nice is it gives you a few ones here. Like I love this one here, Ultra Retro. You can click on that. Look at that.
Oh,
It takes
and
on
you
an
can switch up the
entirely
type.
different meaning. It's so awesome. Wait, Pixel. There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Love
So this
that.
is more of my kind of event now. Now I'm interested. But before it was something completely different, right? Like now
Ryan's
I'm
like,
okay,
nah,
wait, maybe
I don't.
there's-
I'm
maybe there's some
busy
dark
on
side."
Sunday. Now he's like, wait, retro green? I am so in.
You know what? I'm easily convinced. I'm not gonna lie. I know myself.
look at this great. I gotta say too, like in a lot of cases, like you mentioned it at the beginning, if you're just doing the quick little thing for a client, and again, the client might not be too picky on this one because it's something they need immediately. Here, I can literally like find, maybe if I'm at that wit's end going like I can't come up with another color combination and another type. Look at all of these different versions. This is such a great thing. And then let's say you find one, okay, I love this color palette, right? But is the font right? Maybe not. Let's just go and mess with the fonts. So here, look at this.
Oh, and it keeps the colors. So this reminds me a lot of this is kind of like another step adjacent to the brand applicator that is built into Express, where you can also update fonts and colors. But maybe this is just for something where I found a lot of success in brand applicator, which then eventually, I guess, it essentially turned into this feature. Was like maybe I don't have a brand, but I'm a very anxious person. I'm a very anxious designer, and sometimes I like overthink too much, and I can't get out of my own way. Being able to just flip through different colors or different type treatments will maybe even get me to a point. Like maybe it will be a one-click done thing, but also maybe it'll get me to a point, be like, oh, you know, I didn't even think about, you know, making that more of like a focus through like changing this to this color or changing that to that color. And then you don't have to build out a whole fake brand just for one post, right? It can then just be its own event.
You're right. This almost took the brand one-click thing and turned it into this like roulette wheel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Very much so.
It's like wheel of styles. They could have called this, but
They should do a surprise me button.
Oh,
That'd be fun.
dude! Like it's almost
that
like
1,000
animate
times.
all.
Yeah, like Animate All. Yeah, exactly.
This is so cool.
Overturf
So I
is
love
saying
this idea.
this is cool, by the way, with lots of
Isn't this
exclamation
great?
points.
I want to find a more, let's find a more complicated thing. I would say, what's the best area to look for? Let's see, we'll go through a social post or something cool. I'm trying to find something that's got a lot of complexity, like even like
stuff, right.
here's a good. Well, here's this one I've seen 100 times, right? This one looks good. Let's go try styles. And immediately we've got a few ones here ready to go, some recommended ones. I'll hit, let's see, do you see, let's try this Unbound. Okay.
Okay.
Not a good color contrast, but we can go in and change that individually as well. Let's see. Oh, wait, we should just go back to your favorite, the pixel one. That would be probably up here somewhere. Where is it?
Oh, okay, cool. So they still populate with the different same recommended themes then. That
There you go.
do.
Yes,
Oh, cool.
Exactly. This is great. So you got all
Oh, wait,
this
they
control,
kind of
and
do
then
have
again-
wait, if you go back, they have
Oh,
a shuffle
yeah.
button.
Oh, wait. That's right. I forgot about that. Let's see.
I didn't even
Styles.
see that. Yeah, so the top right, right above the.
There we go.
Yeah, right there. Shuffle color. Oh, but then
Let's
shuffles
just-
the color. Yeah, so that's great
Oh.
too. Okay, yeah.
Let's see. Go back here. Styles. So let's see. Was that everything?
That
Let's
was
see.
just the one that you have. So it moves the colors around. It moves.
There
yeah,
you go.
because you have it built into the both colors and fonts, which is nice.
Because so as long as you're here with that one, so let's go pick one from that we haven't even seen yet. Let's go to there we go, Montserrat. Obviously, a nice one here. Now this just
up-and-coming font.
Whoops. Yes. Here we go. Ooh.
Oh, cool.
So there we
So
go.
if you
It
get
keeps-
something where your color isn't necessarily working because maybe like just off of the way that it applies it, it's hard to read. You don't have to give up on that style or that color. Yes, you can go in and you can change that one off, but also you can also
Yes.
shuffle through and see the other ones.
Yeah. And don't forget, you still got that the manual control. I can click
What?
on something.
What? I don't have time for
Mind
that.
blown. Mind blown, right?
I'm doing this
is
3 minutes
great.
before the meeting. I don't have time to do that.
I need to just hit shuffle 14 times until I get something I really like. Right?
You said you wondered why I haven't presented it in a while. It's because I'm
Hey,
sitting
there you
here
go.
3 minutes before an Express setting it up, which we finally have it this month. By the way, now we're at 22% for this month presented this something.
Oh,
but
nice. That's good.
Still pretty.
What would you say
pretty
too if you're
funny.
not presenting? What would you do to get more presentations under your belt? I always love to ask people like, do you
That's
find?
true. I
there's
mean, well,
enough
I do feel
opportunity?
more. I definitely feel more comfortable talking without response because of live streaming.
Yes. Yes, correct.
And I even use those skills. My husband always makes fun of me because he's like, "You could talk to a wall," and I'm like, "Yeah, because I literally do for my job." And that, in its way, is kind of a presentation. But also,
Yeah.
I've even heard of people, and you could use Express for this because this is a party theme that people
Yes.
want to do, but then no one wants to do the work. You could easily do a presentation party where everyone brings an idea, and if you were to throw it into Express, you don't have to work that hard to create something that looks nice, and all your friends are going to be like, "Wow, look what you made!" But then you can have a presentation
Yeah.
party, and then you can make a fool of yourself in front of people that you love.
Yes.
You know.
Don't forget too, you can record yourself in Express
record
as
yourself.
well and hear how you did. But I'm going back to what you said about talking to a wall when you're live streaming. You mean you don't hear the audience talking when you? I'm just kidding.
Can you imagine? Well, actually, when I present, I get heckled enough that yes, I do hear the
Yeah, I
audience
know.
yelling at me. So
And you're like, this is such a nice change, and like no one gets the heckle.
turn off the heckling,
I always,
turn it
but
down.
I always tell my students too, like it's like record yourself, do a presentation, find somewhere that you can get in front of people because it's such a confidence booster to so many creatives that I feel like are a little introverted, and most of us I feel like are in a lot of ways. But to get a little bit more time in front of people, it's like find something local. There's got to be something, you know.
Yeah. And also, like,
It's always great.
take on a different persona if you have to. Like, I know that's worked for people where they don't
yeah.
necessarily feel like, you know, they're like, I'm going to embarrass myself. Like, okay, pretend, you know,
Mm-hmm.
obviously don't get on stage and say, "Hi, I'm Jeffrey," when your name's Ryan. But, like, see it as someone different so that then, like, you're like, this doesn't have to be representative of me. Like, this can be just presentation mode. And then when you get off, you know, still do
Yeah.
your thing.
I had
So there's my
we did a presentation boot camp at a place I worked at years ago, and this guy came in and gave us like this whole was a full day. It was 8 hours of presentation boot camp. And it scared me so bad because like he has you do cold what you're working on at that day, like do a quick presentation in front of the whole group. And he filmed it. And so we go through the whole boot camp, then we do it again. And he showed us our before and afters of our recordings. And I did kind of what you said. I pretended I was more of like a newscaster when I was presenting. And all my coworkers were like, that's so not you. You should just be yourself. And I was like, okay, I'll never do that again.
No. Well, sometimes it works, sometimes maybe not. Maybe then you're like queuing the weather up at some point when you're
I think
not
you were
supposed
saying
to.
almost purposely doing it, like purposely be someone different. Like I was like trying to be someone different, but I should have been myself in the first place. But I'll never forget that because it's so true. That is kind of how you want to make sure, you know, you're authentic and stuff. So it's true, but practice makes perfect. So practice as much as you can, anywhere you can, I always say, right? Cool.
And also,
all right,
being a teacher will humble you. So I feel like you probably have the thickest skin of all of us.
It's the best. It's the best like experience.
Too scared.
Too scared. I'm
too scared to be a teacher, man. I can't do that.
I wish you lived more locally, or if you're ever in LA, dude, you can take over the class anytime. I say that to any design friends.
I'll come in with a mustache and pretend I'm you, just like I'm pretending to be Andrew right now.
There you go, Mr. Imposter.
Sorry,
I love it.
I'm derailing you.
All
I'm
right.
sorry. Express. I'm sorry. We're
No,
about
let's
halfway
have
through
some
our
fun.
show.
Let's have some fun.
Actually, we're way over halfway. Sorry, we're 8 minutes past halfway.
We're a little bit through. I want to show you something kind of amazingly cool, and this is one of those things like showed it a few times on streams. People don't know that over down here is a little thing called web page, and you could build a cool little microsite. You could do a bio. You could do like, particularly if you're out there searching for a job and you just want a really good landing page with a URL that you could just bake into like a hyperlink on your resume or in an email. This is unbelievable. So you got everything here from, I could do a mood board, online portfolio. Let's just check a look and see. Hit that. And notice here we get a few little images ready to go. I like this one over here. I can preview it. I can select it. Right now, I think it looks good. We'll just take a look. There's a few more here. You can go completely from scratch as well and start with a clean canvas. But I'm going to click this one here and hit select. What I love about this is you have this like mini little website that you could change.
It's like you're already there. You're on the website itself.
Want. This is so, and you're getting the preview. This is one of the best ones where when you're here and I just click on this, it's editable. Like
nice.
This looks like the site. It doesn't look like you have editor mode and preview mode. It's just this good. So here I can click on it, replace, and what are we starting, man? Are we gonna do a presentation course, or what kind of company should we start?
Would you say the guy was a presentation boot camp?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, say presentation general, or you're here for a presentation boot camp.
Let's see, presentation
training.
Let's see what we get here. Maybe we get let's see.
Speaker training.
Yeah, let's see if we can find a good shot of someone, maybe the back of someone, you know, like that kind of look where it's like, oh, this person knows. They're doing a TED Talk. I love it. So let's see. How about let's see what TED Talk does. I'm curious.
Yeah, if you were to give a TED Talk, what do you think you would do?
Ooh, good one. Pitching yourself. Like storytelling about yourself. That to me is one of my favorite things to talk about.
For you. Not the
Look
beats. Why are the beats there? That's so funny.
The beat. I know. And we got some ribbon.
You want to talk about some bows and some peppers? Like, okay, sure.
Maybe it's like, is it picking? Oh, red. Is it thinking Ted was red?
Oh yeah, it's thinking that you're a bad typer, and you're like, no, I know what I did.
Exactly. All right. So what are we calling this guy? Like, I think he should have a name like Mr. Presentation or Presentation. And rather than a first and a last name, he's got to be like the doctor, the presentation doctor.
Presentation doctor. We need to go to the ER. We also have some questions about publishing and how these like exist outside of Express. Trey wants to know if you can publish these to Behance, and Cody says, are the web pages designed in Express able to be used for an actual coded website, or is it more of a proof of concept?
I think it's more of a proof of concept right now. I don't know too much about when you have it done. You will get a URL that you can use. I like to use it as like I said, like a hyperlink in a lot of ways. So if I'm sending off something to someone and I want them to have this cool little thing, I'll just take the URL, put it in there, and they'll open up nice and clean for them, which is really great. I think it'd be worth looking into a little bit more and seeing what you can actually do. If it's something you can embed, I think at one point. I know I've been messing around with a lot of like LLMs that do this as well and make these little mini websites. And to me, it's just fun to try out and see like what you could do beyond just a PDF app, attachment to something. Is there something more you can do? So I'll look into that and see. And Trey, I'll get back to you on that because I think that's a great question for sure. So here we go. We're getting something kind of fun here as well, which looks really cool. You can go into all these things and you can actually go in here. You could put in all of your alt text as well, which is really important. I think in a lot of these builders, it's really tough to figure out a lot of that back end stuff, but I love that they give you this little option right here. Look at that, rolling tree, hill, sunrise, fog, giving you examples of like what you can do. And it tells you, is it just decorative or not? But this is such a nice, look at that little parallaxing feature here. Isn't that cool?
Very cool.
So
I also
awesome.
just figured out on my end that you can publish to web.
Oh, you can?
Yeah,
What's
so if you go to the top right and you go to
let's see.
share,
Yeah.
you have the publishing options to either invite collaborators or publish to web.
Yes.
And when you publish to web, you're able to give it a title. You can put password protection.
Nice.
You can do it.
There
And
you-
so
that's smart.
I guess it's
Look
just
at that.
hosted through Adobe. So you can make your own little website. I mean, the URL probably isn't a sexy URL, but you could always buy
Sure.
a URL and do a redirect. So you could, buy a URL for like $7, and you could always do like,
That's a great idea.
TreysArt.com, which I don't
There
know
you
what
go.
that actually goes to, and then you could redirect.
So
it
we've
to
got
it.
the Adobe badge, allow others. Oh, I like this. Allow others to remix. So isn't that great? You could check this out and see how that works as well. That's pretty cool. And then let's see, we will create the link. And I'm assuming it will be copied to a clipboard. That's how I think I've done it before.
And then you could always also take that.
There you go.
Yeah, you could put it in a QR code that people
Oh, you
will
can
get,
embed.
and you can even embed it. Look at that bad boy.
Wait, oh, look at that. Bro. Okay, hopefully we answered your questions there because you have all these publishing options, which is great.
Oh, and you can even unpublish
wonderful
it
to
too,
know.
so you can take it back, which is also nice. You can, if you want to, if you oops, never mind. I'm not a good doctor. I never got certified. You can take it down real quick.
No, the only reason you would unpublish, Ryan, is if you sold out. You just
If you
can't
sold
sell
out,
any
of
more
course.
tickets. That
very
would be the way to do it. All right. So next up, that's websites. Definitely look into it. It's so much fun to see what you can do there. But now I want to try something. Have you tried the AI assistant as like an editor kind of like?
I did a little bit.
companion? It's really kind of fun.
I was impressed with some of the stuff that it was able to do, like even with like cropping, like you can like crop things into different shapes.
Yes. Yeah.
And also changing colors, I think was another one where I can articulate it. Like obviously we went over the style thing, but you can also do it where you talk through it.
I'm going to try. We'll have some fun here. So what you do is you'll have this little toggle always on the top of Express. And when you want to go into the AI Assistant beta, which is still a beta, and I think there are a few things, it can't be on a school account or an enterprise account, I believe. It's the only two little factors there. I wanted to make sure I found that before we got on here. So you got this ready to go. And this kind of brings in the Firefly kind of like essence here, which is really, really cool. You've got these cool things here, a few little suggestions. Change the background to a rustic kitchen. So I can click on that, hit there, and it will go through the process of kind of like, just like you would in Firefly, applying a prompt-based thing, which is really cool. So you can have a little bit of fun here. Particularly, I've shown this to a few friends that might not have the design savvy that maybe a lot of creatives already do, but to get them to use Express a lot of times, I've been showing them these ways to like, hey, start with something like this simple little thing here and just talk to it and ask what exactly you want to change, because it's using Adobe Stock, it's using Adobe Video, all the things in the background to kind of create that. So it does take a bit longer because it's actually trying to figure out some stuff. I do love me some, I believe that's Acme. That's one of my favorite uppercase fonts for sure. I love the way that looks.
Yeah, and it's cool because
pretty
it's all things that can then also be obviously recreate. Like a lot of times that you run into with AI, specifically with text and stuff, they will create things that are not replicable because replicatable. Because they are made up things of averages that are typefaces that don't exist, is really cool because all these assets are things that can actually be pulled into Express and modified, which is really neat.
Oh,
I'm also seeing a
there we go.
question from Trey about the website and being able to
Embed.
embed it. I'm working on the back end right now to get confirmation for you, but he's asking about whether or not it's an iframe. And I will get an answer to you in just a second,
Gotcha.
but I don't want to derail you, so keep going.
It's kind of great that that's even available. Like I'm curious to see where you get from on that as well. So here, this is great too. You can even say, I can even click on the microphone and say, turn this into a holiday themed ad, and click it on there and see what's done. So like again, if you're getting someone who is afraid to move pixels, afraid to type, now you can just talk it and let's see what happens here. I'm going to let it go because I have that. I'm going to keep that open because I found another feature that I thought was really, really cool. That's in the AI assistant as well. And this happens all the time. So I'm going to open this little image here. I shot this the other day at a store and I just thought these two packages were just gorgeous, right? Beautiful Italian-based chili crunch. Love this idea. You could do the simple things, remove background, maybe add it to a new design. But I'm going to just edit the original here. And notice I just uploaded it from my desktop. So now it's here, ready to go. And I'm going to hit on the AI assistant. And you've got this little area called effects. So I'm going to click on this. And what this is going to do is it's going to show you a few effects that, does it not do two things at the same time? Let's see. This one's still thinking.
And also, while you're doing that as well, I can also
Go for it.
answer Trey's question. It is not an iframe. It is actually just a script tag. So it's going to be there, and it's going to pull some, like, I think, JavaScript, to which then you can put in with, just in your HTML.
Perfect.
But you could always, guess you could create an iframe and put in the thing, but the actual thing itself is a script module.
Nice. I hope that answers the question. Very cool. All right, here, let's try effects. We're not getting effects. It's not working.
I can also see.
I closed the other one.
Pull it up on my end
make
too.
Sure. Let's see. Let's try.
I just have to make sure I don't have anything embarrassing on my Express. You were prepared for this. I need to make sure that
let's try. Edit page. Let's see. Let's go to that. All right, cool. Add content, media. We'll go upload here, and we'll go to Mango. Where's the Mango button? There we go. All right, cool. Here we go. All right. So I'm always on the hunt for new products. And this, do you like dried mangoes?
No. I'm sorry.
You don't like dried mango?
I'm a picky eater, man. It's embarrassing.
Bro.
I'm a 33-year-old man, and I'm like, I like chicken nuggets. It's very embarrassing.
Oh, no. You and Andrew would get along so
well. We do. I know.
Especially in like an airport when everything available is probably just for you guys.
I'm not proud of it, dude. I'm not. That's why
well, here's the thing. I'm
like,
picky.
No.
I'm incredibly picky as well. But as a vegetarian and now vegan, like I have to spread my horizons when it comes to
that is why I'm not vegan. My heart is
Really?
I want to be vegan for like so many reasons, and I'm also just weird. But I say all the time, I'm too picky and set in my ways. In the same way we're talking about using programs, like
try it out.
I'm not ready to train myself to eat differently.
I love it. I love it, man. All right, let's see if this works. Are we getting effects? Come on, effects. It's not working. Oh, it's the coolest little thing. There's a fun little prompt that just says like product studio background. And it'll actually take this image out from its image, from this like background, the shot I just took. By the way, these are not only dried mango, but they have cherry cola like flavoring on them. It's
Wait, really?
delicious.
That
Dude,
sounds like a toothache.
You better brush after this one. Let's see. Let's get rid of that one. Let's get rid of this one. Let's get of him. Maybe could I just have too much Express open? Could that be?
Well, let me show you. I'm going to
problem?
drag mine onto the screen real quick. And so I pulled up this.
Yes.
This is something that was made directly
Oh,
from.
cool. There you go.
Whatever. If I click effects, it's pulling up this side to me, to which we have Photoshop
Let's
filters.
see.
Tones,
Okay, yeah. So go
shadows,
back up
whatever.
to the top. See where it says product photo with a cup? It's got like a little coffee cup. There you go.
Okay, and now we're going to do some magic here, and it's going to give us a little shine to let it know that it's working and doing its thing. No idea how we're gonna change her into a product photo. Maybe she turns into a doll or something, or maybe it'll.
No, I think
take
what
the...
it'll do, it's going to remove the background and it's going to put her in like a studio background. That's a little bit different. So
Interesting.
that's why I was going to try. Let's see, media. I'm going to try the mango bag again and see, because this to me, I tested it out earlier and I just thought this was the coolest thing I've ever seen. So let's get this one here.
You're just trying. You're just in the pockets of Big Mango, and you're just trying to sell dried mango.
Oh, here we go. I got it. Okay,
so I'm pulling my screen out of the way. We're going back over here.
But notice you have everything from professional portrait. So we should bring a photo in and see how that works as well. You've got whimsical. You've got product photo. You've got plush 3D, Y2K pop, and then you've got that kind of gel lighting as well. So. There's so many. How many times do you see something where it's like we'll take your headshot and do something, and I want you to sign up, or whatever. It's like you've got it in Express, you've got it in Firefly. So give these things a shot. They're so much fun to kind of mess around with and see. So I'm curious to see how we do here. Oh, we only got a minute left, dude. We didn't even get to our hot takes.
No, we're good. It's 52. We still got some time. We're good.
Oh, we still got some time. Okay, cool.
I'm not as strict as Andrew. We're fine. I don't think we have anything after us, do we? So
let's just stay on all day and do hot takes.
All day, 24-hour office hours. First time ever, but without Andrew. But no, we can finish out.
Andrew, Ryan was already talking about changing. Look at that. Look at that.
Whoa, that cool? Okay, cool.
Bro.
And look, it even has like the different like creases
in shadow
and the reflections of the shadows and the lights of the environment, which is really nice.
So, I mean, guys, when you could take your photo of something maybe you're working on, pop it into Express and give it that quick little thing here, which is so, I just love that. To me, this is the coolest thing ever. I want to see what would happen if we turned it into 3D plush, though. Let's find out and see.
So you can sleep with your mangoes. You can snuggle up in bed next to your mangoes, and you can. I do love when they make little plushes of food. I think it is very cute. Or if you make like a cat toy out of it, I feel like this plush 3D might also feel like a cat toy.
And you could do like even if you got a mascot that you've worked with for a project or your own little mascot, turning them into all these unique things like the plush 3D and a few other things is such a fun. Like
mascots are having their
I just wish I had this technology years ago. It's so much fun.
Well, I say that all the time with every single thing that comes out that makes an intern's life not boring. I'm like, wow, they're actually going to give real work to the interns because they don't have to spend the whole day cutting something out.
Look exactly. Look at that.
Whoa, look at that texture.
Wow. That is
cool.
Incredible. Look at it. It new to like the little mango here. It's got extra. Come on. That is pretty good. And here we are just in Express messing around with it. I can even like remove the background quite easily, which is amazing. Let's do that here.
Oh, yeah, that's always super seamless. Boom.
That was
done.
that's nice and quick. But to be honest with you, why would you do that? Because you the whole thing you did was made a nice studio background, which is cool.
Right.
So don't forget, you have this little effects area. This is kind of new. You got color punch. You can do Photoshop filters right there. You got tones. But I love there's more. View all.
Whoa, there's a lot more. There's a lot more.
Dude, there's latte. Okay. There's latte art. There's claymation, man.
Art. There's pixel art.
Ooh, sunset background. This is amazing.
There's add sunglasses when you have to do an 8 a.m. Office Hours stream and you look too tired.
That's what it should be called. Early morning stream button.
Early morning stream effect.
Okay, so now I've got my homework. This is so neat to see so many of these. Like these are quick ways. Oh, I love that vintage film one. I want to see what that one's gonna do. Let's see.
Yeah.
This is look at that. Gave it a nice sunset. I love that. Man, this is so
yeah,
cool.
that really adds to the mango feel too, which is nice.
Right? I love this. So give this a try, guys. The AI assistant. I love that it's just a toggle. It's like two separate modes, but the minute you go back here, you are in your normal, ready to go Adobe Express, and this is fantastic. Hopefully, we showed you a ton of.
Yeah, we blew through so much. A lot of different updates. Brand new to Express, and that's in addition to what's already there. Next week, you guys are back at your normal time with Andrew again, right?
No,
right?
Special guest again next week as well.
Or have you announced who it is yet?
Yeah, Cesar Arvello's joining me. We're going to do a collaborative. One of my best buds in the design world. We're going to have a blast. Andrew's out for 2 weeks, and so we're filling in the gap.
Well, make sure you talk to him. He's been doing recently Smorgasburg down in Atlanta, which just opened up now. That is a New York thing that I love to go to all the way up here. But I know that he's been going down, and he's been, I think, checking that out amongst a bunch of other things. There's also Hank Washington's down there, too. And everybody is in
that's
Atlanta
right.
now. Atlanta is the cool place now. Bring me to Atlanta.
I can't keep track, Ryan. Used to be
I know, right?
Cleveland's big time. Austin. It's like it's everywhere.
That's crazy.
It's just not where we are.
No, exactly. We're just in
L.A. and New York.
boring old L.A. and New York. Yeah, what's
so
happening
boring,
there?
so predictable, Ryan.
But thank you so much for letting me fill
man, thanks for joining.
Andrew's seat. As far as the poll goes, we're closing it out. You guys can even see it on the thing. I didn't realize. We have up to 42% have presented something this month. 42% have done it the last 6 months. And 17% say over a year ago. So all over the place as far as presentations. Hopefully Express will help you out if you need to do it. Or like we were saying, record yourself, have a party, one of the two. But thank you so much for hanging out. And you will be back
next week, same time.
For some great office towers. All right. Thanks so much,
Thanks again, buddy. Appreciate you.
Bye.
See ya.